How many times have you been close to orgasm and I've slapped you in the face or choked you and then you exploded right in that moment, right?
We don't talk about that.
So because you're just on the edge of readiness to let go. The body is shocked in such a way that you let go of the body, and then, if you like, the spirit can be released. Okay, that sounds very like satanic. Let me have a little hug first. Okay, so a little video that I've been wanting to do is, I want to do this on the bed. So can you just imagine that we're on the bed?
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like I'm melting into you in a beddy kind of way as your legs are on each side of my leg, and I can feel your penis touching my leg. There's a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain coziness to this. This video is about the three stages of sensuality. Okay?
Okay.
So, for example, do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you like that?
Because I'm relaxed and you're just doing everything with me. Because we're like animals, and animals like that. And it comes from past, I think.
Yeah, it could be. Where I'm doing the thing and you're receiving the thing, then there's a dominance and you're smaller.
That's true.
Right? And do you like being smaller sometimes?
I do. It's just like in our blood. And it's just a turn on for a woman. I don't know why is it. Because like the man is the one who is stronger usually, and she wants to know it.
It's just a play of sexual polarity. So the man is acting that out, the woman is receiving it, and it functions. There are roles here, right? And there are probably a bunch of reasons for this. One is that there's a safe enough context, it's a safe situation, but at the same time there's danger. So the fact that there's danger in the context of safeness in a safe enough way that it becomes just exciting. In your experience, is that all that you want in love or in relationship or in sex?
No, it's not all.
Okay, so what else do you want, maybe?
I want...
What? It reminds me of this talk show. The talk show host asked the woman was, "Where is your favorite place for making whoopee?" So in the 70s or 80s, when there was the show, that was the word that was used for sex. It was the safe word
Whoopee.
for sex. Making whoopee. And so where's your favorite place for making whoopee? And so she took a moment. She's like, well, that'd be the bum Bob.
Why Bob?
That'd be the bum Bob. His name is Bob.
Funny.
And the question, of course, was where in
Which
the house?
room, yeah.
Which room?
or not in the house.
Oh. So, you kind of reminded me of that. So first of all, this is level 1 is objectification. Okay?
Yeah.
The way that it works for the man is that in order for the man to channel this, so if you're a man listening to this, the way that you can channel this sexual polarity is to see yourself, firstly, as powerful, but not as an idea, but to feel, and this is something that we cultivate on workshops, is your personal strength. All right? So you feel it, and then in looking at her, you can experience her littleness. I can experience your littleness. And there's a feeling of, I'm going to do this to you, right? You feel it, and you become it, okay? As you're tracking it, which you really have to track, and I have a whole section on tracking, then you know that you're on the same page, that the polarity, the role play of polarity, or the experience of polarity is relevant. The magnets are working together. Okay, and if they're not working together, then you shift, right? You check in with the other person to make sure that your objectification is living within the world of roles, not outside. What were we talking about?
What I want.
This world of objectification is the world of avoiding vanilla sex. So it's the
What
whole
is vanilla sex?
vanilla sex is the man lies on top of the woman and the woman lies there and it's vanilla. Like there's no sprinkles, there's no chocolate on it.
Oh, it's vanilla.
All right?
All right.
Boring.
Right.
Or simple sex. Doesn't have to be
Grandparent sex.
grandparent sex. Okay, so it's all about
Sparkles.
yeah, keeping the sparkles going, the shock going, the vulnerability, the uncertainty, the power, the strength, okay? The dominance, the slapping, the spanking, the choking, all right? And all those things also need to be trained and learned, not just to understand where in the body you're choking so that you're not
Kill her.
suffocating or breaking the windpipe or cutting off the breathing. Choking is
That's
not
good.
about cutting off the breathing. It's about limiting the blood supply to the brain to create a trance-like awareness. All right, very different. And then, there's little parts of the body that you want to be careful if you're pulling the hair. You don't want to pull the little baby hairs. Right?
What is it with the hairs?
Well,
Little hairs down there?
if I pull your hair like this, how did that feel?
Not good.
Not good, right?
If you pull lots of hair, it's good.
But lots of hair and from higher up,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. Then there's the whole world of bondage. There's the whole world of flogging. And there's ribs to be careful of. There's kidneys to be careful of. There's cadence. There's rhythm. There's snap. All kinds of stuff that determine whether the experience is pleasurable for her. Horrible. Objectification is the mode of intention, the mental attitude, okay, that can be cultivated, all right, which we look at in workshops. The dynamic is the dynamic of sexual polarity, all right, so there's the intention and then there's the umbrella. Then the second level of the sensual experience, the sexual sensual experience, is what are the things
connection.
you like? Okay, so let's say that connection has two. I would say all are about connection, but in number 2, we're working with feeling the other person feeling. Level 2 is the one that people miss the most. All right, level 3 is really just a byproduct of working on level 2 and working on yourself. But level 1 is what you see in pornography, and that's most people just begin and end there.
Not good.
Yeah. Level 2 is critical to come back to level 1. Level 2 is feeling the other person feeling. It's empathy. It's variety in the subtlety. All right? So where we're worried about in level 1, we're worried about sprinkles and whatever. In level 2, we can actually come back to vanilla sex and experience diversity and variety and joy through connection, through real contact. So how do you feel somebody feeling?
How do I feel somebody feeling?
Yeah.
It happens automatically.
The thing is that so many guys stop at level 1. And so many girls stop at level 1, especially why? Because they don't expect that the guy knows how to do it. The guy will be able to feel. She doesn't have as her scale a criteria that says, I want to be with a guy who gets me, feels me, because in a sad world where we just want to be liked, then we want to do whatever works for the guy. And in so many cases, what works for the guy is just being a guy. Oh, right? Until she gets older, she's not in a place of really wanting to honor her feelings as primary. honor her emotion as primary, as number one. And if she's with a mature guy, then he will be automatically, intuitively honoring that, because he knows, and this is real transcendence, that being attentive and connected to her world of feeling is the real way that he can please her. Being with the other person.
Okay.
Not just being the guy being at the other person, or on or over the other person. That's level one. Level two is being together.
I don't know. Because I don't know how it's not to be together or how it's...
Enough from me. What about you?
What do you want to know?
Okay, so what do you think? You said you liked level one, objectification.
Yes, I do.
Why for so many people they just get caught up in level one? Why is it?
Again, what is level?
Level one is I'ma fuck you.
I'ma fuck you?
Yeah, it's like
they are not. They're stupid. Like mostly other guys that are like I'ma fuck you. They're closed inside and they're scared of feelings and they're scared to go like in a sensational way. That's why when you have sex with them, it feels horrible. Like they're like you're a fucking hole and they're just like doing it for themselves. Very not pleasant.
It's interesting. The thing that you brought me to think there was that I cannot feel how you feel if I don't even know what feelings are. We're forever at a distance.
We're not. Yeah. But I get it.
The bridge, the movement from level one to level two. So let's call level one the gross, the material, the gross level, right? Moving A to B, twisting, shrinking, pushing, curving, molding, slapping, grinding, spitting, all those gross things. And then we get into level two, which we can call the subtle. And this is amazing that so many people are caught only in level one and think that their performance and the person's likelihood to like them is all dependent on the gross level. Right? Because that's how we're really judged on action. Right? We think that's how we're judged on action. How
loud we are.
How loud we are, yeah. How loud you make her come, because that's where we can see results. And yet, here's the catch-22. All your fears of being good enough are emotional. They actually are happening at the subtle level, at level two. But we resist that for two reasons. One, we're just habituated, used to being validated through the gross level, seeing that she's embracing you or that she's making loud noises, for example. So for that one reason, and the second reason, we have no trust in the fact that the subtle emotions are a real part of our language in relationship and our language for ourselves. And again, it's a great, great paradox because all of our fears are entwined, are coming from the world of emotions, right? You're emotionally afraid, you're anxious, so on. Things that are going on that you don't see that must be opened to. When the whole room makes love. Because as soon as the awareness is unified between you, but what must firstly happen within you, you must experience, you must practice in such a way that you can experience a pervasive awareness in the room so that the whole room feels like your consciousness and one consciousness. So you like that?
Yeah, of course.
Why? Why do we like that?
Because then it doesn't feel like awkward and it's just flowing, like flow.
Yeah.
Nice flow.
Which is similar, but as I said, should not be practiced alongside level one. But in both cases, we forget ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
How many times have you been close to orgasm and I've slapped you in the face or choked you and then you exploded right in that moment, right?
We don't talk about that.
So because you're just on the edge of readiness to let go.
Yeah.
And then boom, you get into more of a trance-like state, or your body overwhelms you. Like the body is shocked in such a way that you let go of the body, and then, if you like, the spirit can be released. Okay, that sounds very like satanic. 3 can be cultivated through 3 levels. 1 is the pervasive awareness, consciousness being shared as the room, okay, or as the internal space of your body, attuning to the internal space of the other person's body, which has to be practiced. But just basically, if you want to keep it very pop culture for right now, because this video is not about how to practice unification, it's about understanding it. We can talk about a collective consciousness, we can talk about a no-self experience, we can talk about a dissolution experience, or we can talk about an emptiness as wholeness. And you can't talk about it at all, because you have to experience it. But we understand that. We understand, we hear about the God and the goddess unification process. We hear about our highest self, our best self, not our self that's worried about doing the right thing or being judged and so on, but really letting go of ourselves, which is why we drink alcohol and do drugs, okay? But, of course, it's like being dropped off at the top of a mountain, and we really don't know how to get back there. So the level 3 with practice, or tantra, can be experienced directly, and you can know how to find it, because you've been there and you know how to walk that trail back to the top, because it is you. So experiencing it as yourself allows you to find it in the other person and to find it in the whole room for unification. And they're not mutually exclusive. They're not separate, but they have to be understood and experienced and internalized separately. So what roles do you like to play in level 1?
Little kitten. And a little girl. I like little girl. Little girl. And I like being small. This kitten.